My name is Zakaria Al-Marabat.
Hi, this is Jingyan. The hardware component of HPC means the physical computers and the physical connection between computers, and the software components of HPC include the software tools and the batch systems, and the software also means the instruction and data that let the HPC cluster work together as a supercomputer.
So what is the HPC cluster? So basically, an HPC cluster includes the software part and the hardware part. So the hardware part include like the computing resources, the network for communication, and the storage system. And the software parts assist in managing and orchestrating all the underlying hardware. So the HPC has its specific jargon, like we're talking about nodes, processors, and cores. Basically, node is a simple computer that could have one or more cores, and each core can have also one or more processors.
HPC cluster contains computers to do computing, and network to do communications, and memory to store files. HPC cluster also needs software that allow all these hardware devices to work together. First, let's go over some terminology. We know a cluster has many computers. In HPC system, we call each computer as a node, and each node has one or more processors. A cluster has computer nodes, networks, and in software. And we have talked about the computer nodes and networks. Let's talk about batch system.
What is the batch system? So when you want to send or do some calculation on HPC, you have to send a request to the batch system, and the batch system is going to look for all the available nodes, and if there is any one available, then he can assign your task to that specific node. If there is no node available, then your task is going to go in line and is going to wait for the next available node.
Usually, users need to prepare a script to tell the batch system how many nodes and cores are needed, as well as some settings like memory requirement and maximum running time.
So one of the main features of HPC is parallel computing, which simply means splitting a big task into chunks or small tasks and allocate a specific CPU or GPU resources for each task. This can really help in reducing the processing time. So HPC basically can run a lot of applications, including MATLAB for simulating mathematical equations and for engineering. Can also run R for data analysis, Gaussian, and any other software that can be installed on Linux.
And here is an example of my own research. For my research, I would like to do a thermal modeling and do the thermal simulation. But if I use my own laptop, it would take about 2 or 3 hours. And also, the output file of my simulation is over 50 gigabytes. That's too large for my desktop. At that time, I have no idea about how to deal with this situation. And then I get suggestions from my advisor, and he said that maybe you can try the CCAST and NDSU. And then after I tried CCAST, I found that I can not only do multiple simulations at a time, but also I can shorten my simulation time to almost about 30 minutes. I can do my research. I can continue to do simulation with my research and go in depth of my research. Without HPC tools, I cannot do it. It's impossible for me to get my research done. That's all about the hardware components and software components of HPC system.